Friends, family, and peers, how far we have come. I'd like to first start off by thanking my parents, they're somewhere in the crowd, for raising me to be so good at school, of course. Didn't give me the height advantage, but that's okay. I'd also like to thank all of the friends and teachers and peers that assisted me along this journey, and really just everyone who supported me along the way. Now, at any commencement ceremony, it is very common to hear messages about how we as young people must be bold, or be different, or break the norms. And I would tend to agree. For I have never been a rule follower. I have never been scared to tell people what I think. And I've never been intimidated by really anyone who tried to stop me from thinking. And many know this. But today I'm here to deliver a quite different message. This is not a message to tell you to break rules. It is to tell you to follow them. But not the rules of today, which many of us would agree are in many ways broken, but rather the rules of the past and the rules of history. You see, in modern society, I see a dangerous and frankly arrogant tendency for us to only live in the present, with no regard or respect for the past, and as a result, no foresight for the future. So true. Yet today, of course today, there is a dangerous and pervasive notion that the people of the past were evil and prejudiced and much dumber than we were. And hence, we should reject their ideas and destroy the things which they have built for us. Because, after all, we know better, right? If we disregard every foundation of the past, our society will become much better, right? This thinking is very common today, and it's told to many young people. But I see a problem with that thinking, because everything around us, everything that you enjoy, we live in the most prosperous society in the history of man, where once unthought of luxuries are now available at the click of a button. This did not always exist. It was built off the backs of strong men and women who came before you. And we must recognize this rather than pretend like all of this has always been here, which it hasn't. Now, we do not have to follow in their footsteps exactly, but we should look to the lessons of the past for wisdom. We should not be so quick to topple the things which they have built simply because we do not immediately understand its purpose. We must not be so arrogant as to think that we could tear it all down and build it back better for ourselves instantly. And perhaps sometimes we really do know better. But for instance, Sunday marked the 77th anniversary of D-Day. And I think of the young men, many of them not many months older than we are, storming the beaches of Normandy into machine gun fire and near certain death to protect this flag and this civilization. And I am humbled. I stop and ask myself, can I really do better than that? Am I really stronger than those men? Do I really know better than them? Am I really a better person than they were? And am I in any position to actually stop and basically judge and discredit everything which they have built for me? I cannot bring myself to say yes. We all pale in comparison to those great men. And as a result, I am not so quick to reject everything that those men have came home and built for us. Now, of course, trust yourself, always. But you must not let overconfidence in yourself cloud your judgment. At the end of the day, you do not really know everything. And the people of the present cannot know everything if they discard all of which the people of the past have learned. So this may be a weird thing to say at a graduation, But listen to your parents sometimes. We love our parents. They may have a lot more life experience than you do, and hence they have a lot more wisdom than you do. And if you reject all of that, for good and for bad, you may end up worse. Of course, none of us, including me, follow our parents' advice close to all of the time, but take it into consideration as you go through life. They actually do sometimes have something to offer you that, as someone much younger, you cannot offer yourself. Again, always think for yourself, but always also be willing to consider both people and ideas that are older than you. A society that does not understand or celebrate its own past does not have a future. A society that rejects everything it was built upon is bound to collapse, and we cannot be one of those societies. Instead of assuming that we only exist in the present, we must relish and revere the heroes of the past. We must understand the ideas of the past, or else we are not going to be able to create a future that is worth living in. Thank you very much. God bless.